What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and this video is concerning Canelo Alvarez and his achievements and attributes. The guy, De La Hoya put him on a pedestal. De La Hoya knew he was marketable. He knew he was a good fighter, but he knew he was marketable and he could market him. And he vicariously lived himself through Canelo Alvarez, and he's still doing it to this day, which is nothing's wrong with that, And I mean, that's what you're supposed to do as an ex-fighter and an ex-champion, turned promoter. Or that's what you do after you fight, after you done a lot of things himself, which he did. So De La Hoya did the right decision, because now he is the guy below the heavyweight division, which is the most successful, and it makes the most money. When you're dealing with money, you're dealing with corruption. Fact. But that doesn't take away from the fact that the guy is a pretty talented guy. Everyone talks about his flaws, and the favoritism, and then I've talked about it because I call out whoever I call out, whoever needs to be called out, and he was one of them. But let's talk about his attributes. Canelo Alvarez is a decent puncher, I know, at 154 or 155, okay? But he is kind of untested at 160. Or is he really? I mean, I would like to see him with other fighters. I've already stated that, but he did go in there with the boogeyman of the division. Now he's just a normal aging fighter like everyone else, trying to hold on to what he has, which is Golovkin. But besides that, Canelo is a decent puncher. He keeps people honest. He knocks out certain fighters. So a common fighter, he takes them out easy. You know what I mean? He's favored, to win. And he has great upper body movement, great combinations. Again, this guy, to be who he is, and you got to understand about Canelo Alvarez. If you notice Canelo Alvarez, you hardly ever see him change expressions. He's like, he has the ultimate poker face. And understand, this guy hasn't been down. And one of those attributes of him not ever going to the canvas is because of his balance. Everyone talks again about Golovkin's balance, but Canelo Alvarez has good balance himself because he's never been to the canvas. He's been able, he got rocked one time against Cotto's brother. And that was early in his career, but he still withstand those punches after that onslaught. So call this man cement feet and, have bad footwork or whatever, but I believe that's the reason he's never been down. So they go hand in hand. So Canelo Alvarez is a good fighter. He's, of course, protected, but he is the man with the most money, and that's attributes to Oscar De La Hoya promoting him a certain way. Now, it did come with a cost, because his former promotional company sued him for like $8 million or something like that, and that was back in 2016. So he had to come off some money, but it still paid off in the long run because he's still probably the highest paid boxer now, unless Mayweather decides to come back. Pacquiao, he should be on his way out, and I just did a video about that, so I'm going to upload that to you guys. But anyway, Canelo Alvarez is the man. He is the new golden boy. He is the new Oscar De La Hoya. And most importantly, one thing I want to add about Canelo Alvarez is he's loyal, okay? He's never been that guy like Cotto and Matisse and, different fighters that they lose a fight, they change their total, they change up everything. They get rid of their trainers, Ricky Haddon's one of them. They get rid of their trainers. They get rid of everyone. They feel that, oh, I don't need this anymore. I need to change something about my regimen instead of looking at myself and say that I lost. And that's exactly what Canelo Alvarez didn't do. Canelo Alvarez stayed loyal to the people, the Reynosos, and he stayed loyal to them, and he's still with them, besides the loss to Mayweather, So that's something that people don't really look at. He's, up until now, he hasn't left Oscar De La Hoya. He's been loyal to De La Hoya, his promotional company, and his trainers. So that says a lot about a fighter. That shows that he has somewhat of a heart, or a consciousness, right? So, or a conscience, basically. And, and he has some beautiful combinations, decent puncher. I remember the knockout with Kirkland. Kirkland was doomed. He took on Lara. He didn't have to take that fight. I would like to see him fight Charlo, one of the Charlos or Andrade, but those guys were up and coming where he was up on this pedestal anyway. So it wasn't really, no one was twisting his arm to fight those guys because he fought the guy that was considered better than all of them, which was Lara. And he squeezed out a decision. But nonetheless, I think he learned from a lot of those guys. He learned from the loss of Mayweather. He learned from the Lara situation. I think that his experience level is advanced at this point. He fought Golovkin, so now he's at 160. And it's just interesting to see where his career goes after the Golovkin fight. You know what I mean? And I hope to God there's not a third. If I see another draw, I'm gonna pull all the rest of my hair out. You know what I mean? Because we don't have to see that again. But I would like to see him fight some of the best at 160. I would see the Jacobs fight. I would love to see that fight. You got two combination fighters, and Jacobs is a lot bigger, taller rather, than Canelo. Because Canelo's a short guy, though. At the end of the day, he's a short guy. He's like 5'8", 5'9". He's probably like 5'8" and a half, probably. Because Erislandy Lara is a short guy, but he was taller than Canelo Alvarez, and I think he's renowned as 5'9". So, but yeah, man, he's, you don't hardly ever really see him cut. He may look like Opie Taylor, but I'm guarantee you he's no Opie Taylor, So, the guy is tough. He has a beard. He took those shots from Golovkin too. You know what I mean? That was renowned, one of the hardest punchers. He did not go down, and he took them, and he showed Golovkin that he could take those punches. So Canelo, has a beard. He's never been down. He has great combinations. I would like to see him pick up the output, but I think he knows how to win rounds too. You know what I mean? I think he knows to do certain things. That's a part of the ring generalship aspect of things. And what else about Canelo Alvarez that I do like? He's always calm amongst more things. He's just a calm fighter, and if he's not calm, he doesn't show you that he's nervous. Again, that goes back to the poker face that he has. If you look at Canelo Alvarez, he has the same look all the time. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but he throws some good combinations. He has good upper body movement. He learns from each and every fight. And, and he's overall a good fighter. I would like to see him. I would love to see him. I would like to see him tested. I would like to see him go out on a limb like he did with Lara and, Mayweather. And, and guess what? He didn't have to fight Mayweather, but I mean, that's Mayweather. Who would turn down a fight with Mayweather, So, and he believed that he could do that. He come up short, but, he did make a valiant effort to, but he learned from that loss. So, anyway, that's just me wrapping it up on my thoughts about Canelo Alvarez and his attributes, and his accomplishments, I mean, he beat a lot of guys down there. He beat Angulo, he beat Kirkland, he decisioned Lara. He fought Mayweather. He beat Cotto. He beat Cotto fair and square. So you got to look at these guys. He, had a draw against Golovkin. It wasn't a win, but it wasn't a loss. So, the guy, he has a great resume again. So that's the attributes of Canelo Alvarez. You guys tell me what you think and feel. Leave your comments below. And you guys been counterpunched. Peace.